Hello, boyo, and welcome back to a tiny little worm living in the Big Apple. So to my AYU students, we all know that today is December 7th, and we are currently taking a field trip to New York. So I recently went to New York and I had a goddamn blast. As a guy named Aaron York, I felt right at home. I fell in love with the food. I fell in love with the culture, the delis, the random rats. I only saw one, but I was still happy. And all of these new experiences were starting to make me think, do I want to move to New York? I hear the rats run that town, but I'm kind of a rat myself sometimes. So after seeing the busy city life of New York, the city that never sleeps, unless it's after 11 p.m., I wanted to get a better idea of what would my day-to-day experience be like if I did decide to move to New York. So for today's video, I wanted to see what are some of New York's smallest apartments to see if in a worst case scenario, would I still want to move to New York? So first we got somewhere in Bowery Grand Hotel. Sounds like a hotel, not an apartment, for $16,000 a month. So this should be a relatively nice place. It's more than what I'm spending in my current apartment, so let's find out. Oh, it's one of the smallest. Okay, that was 11 seconds of nothing because there was nothing to look at. Supposedly in the Lower East Side, so let's see how low it goes. This is the entrance. We have the most ugly door I've ever seen in my life. That's okay. There's barely enough room for the bed. I'm 6 foot tall. I don't know if I could lay in that bed fully. There's enough room for one singular bag, no closet, no sink, no bathroom, no kitchen. They want $1,600 to live in a shoebox. Well, hey, at least it's got an overhead fan. So this guy, Dejan Tolmack, he's having to defend himself saying, it's not that bad. That is a bike shed. Well, that's possible too for $1,600 a month. Unfortunately, not a joke. Wow. This guy's really trying to defend his honor. I think there's a little bit more space in a prison cell. Whew. The Bowery Grand Hotel. Will I be moving in that apartment? That's gonna be a no for me, so that's one no on the board. Maybe this one will be a better bet.
This is officially the smallest apartment in all of New York City, measuring just 55 square feet.
Whoa, okay. As I mentioned, I am 6 foot. That is in meters. 5.1 in inches. Can I get that in feet? This man is 16 feet tall. Yeah, no wonder his head is hitting that.
5.1 meters squared. The apartment is located on St. Mark's Place in the Lower East Side.
Okay, so we're staying in the Lower East Side and it is $4,000 a month. $4,000. And you could put your arms out that way. These New York people, they are not playing. This is absurd. Look at this. Look at how, that's not a fridge. This is a fridge you would get in a hotel. It's barely a hotel. Stay in a hotel. Stay in a hotel.
The go-to spot for those looking to move to the Big Apple and make their dreams come true.
What dream are you gonna make true when you're giving $4,000 of your money away? You won't be able to put anything away for the dream. I'm amazed there's a window in this one.
The apartment comes with a microwave.
Guys, it's okay. It comes with a microwave and a Keurig.
Here's your walk-in closet.
My walk-in closet? Sir, do not disrespect me and say that that is a walk-in closet. What? These have to be a joke. This is satire. For $4,000, walk-in closet.
With your very own sleeping loft. And if you're wondering, the shared bathroom.
You don't even get your own bathroom. I feel like some people think they need to move to these major cities, insert Los Angeles, New York. Those are kind of the two big ones. And they feel like by all means necessary, them moving there will change their life. And I have been to New York and I did get a little creative inspiration, but it is so obnoxiously expensive to live there that I think that would crush your dreams tenfold every time. You just trying to live and having to live like a broke college student, I would argue worse than a broke college student, to share a bathroom, and you're spending $4,000 a month, and you can't even have people over? I don't know. I think that's a bad deal.
And this place is on the market for $1,400.
Oh, okay, so it's the average is $4,000 a month. This one's only $1,400. It's cheaper than the last one, bigger than the last one. Still, way too much money.
Do you think it's worth it?
No.
Comment down below.
Okay, well, let's see what the comments think, because I don't think it's worth it one bit. No, okay? I wouldn't live there if it was free. Now look, times are getting pretty rough. I might live there if it was free, but for $1,400 a month, I ain't sharing no bathroom. Same. I feel like once you're passing that $1,000 a month, you at least get a bathroom, your own bathroom. Maybe it could be worth it if you had roomies. You want somewhere like that with roommates? I've had roommates and it was horrible. No, not worth it at all. My shoe is bigger than that. You've got one big foot. St. Mark's Place, $1,400 a month, 55 square feet. No. Next.
This is the smallest apartment in New York. There's the front door, there's the kitchen.
I thought the other one was the smallest one in New York. Who's lying?
There's the bathroom. That's your window. Decent view.
Well, it's already not the smallest apartment ever. It has a bathroom.
Also got a fridge and a microwave, 2 shelves,
Hell
this
yeah.
loft, and the whole place is 90 square feet. If it didn't have its own bathroom, this would be a closet. But the landlord was able to fit one in. For $1,200 a month, could you make this work?
Okay. It's not the best. It's got this weird loft thing that you can't get up to. And this piping here looks like it's either for like water, a little irrigation system. It's got a microwave. It's got a fridge, 2 shelves. It has a window. I don't know. For $1,200, I would think about it. Given, it's probably not $1,200 now. Talk about these small apartments. It's always like, oh yeah, this one's nice for New York. Like, I feel like everyone has to settle in New York. Like, this is the best deal you're gonna get. Doesn't make me want to move there. See, like $600 for this, that makes sense to me. Like, that's barely a bathroom. The shower, is the shower in the toilet? What's that bar there for? Wait, so the toilet's there. Is that shower curtain covering the toilet so that you can shower with the door closed, but then your sink is... That ruined it for me. I don't want to move here. So sorry, not today. This one's also the smallest apartment. Maybe this is a New York thing, but everyone wants to claim that they have New York's this. Like, why is every book a New York #1 bestseller? They can't all be right. So you can't have the smallest apartment. The other guys did.
As soon as you walk in the door, you're in the kitchen. On one side, we have the fridge.
Yo, that's sick. Is that marble on the fridge? Yo, I might do that.
As well as a closet. Above that is where I keep my dishes. On the other side, there's a sink.
Yeah, I mean...
As well as a shelf where I keep more kitchen items. When you go a little bit farther back, you're in the living room.
This guy made it look nice. This is how I would try and approach a small apartment. Make the best you can, but it's, you know, it's got like a space
There's
to
a
it.
sink.
I don't see a bathroom. It's kind of a biggie. Like, I would like... man, I would really prefer a bathroom.
There's also a table.
See, the table with the chairs, that's cute. Like, this is making the best of what you can. Do we get to know the price?
There's a large bookshelf up top here.
Good bookshelf. Don't mistake me for a person who obsesses over Axel Weber, but why is this condescension so vicious towards him? Because he's a little stinky. We didn't really get a price. This one's the nicest so far. Missing a toilet. I wouldn't move here. I kind of need a toilet. Sort of a deal breaker for me. Nice overall. Not drawing me to it. After seeing a lot of these very small New York apartments for absurd prices, I still don't know if I have a good idea of what it would be like to move there, live there, be a part of New York. Maybe I should ask a couple people who actually live in New York. Say hello to my friend Andy.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
How long have you been living in New York?
It's a good question. Let me do some... going on about 4... Nails look really weird. We're going on about 4.5 months now.
How would you describe your apartment personally? You don't have to get too detailed.
Yeah, so I would say that my address, you know, is probably... I live in Brooklyn, New York. I live in a 3-bed apartment. I have a couple roommates. It's nice. It's pretty inexpensive for New York. It doesn't have tons of room, but, you know, there's a living area and it gets the job done. However, it's still drastically overpriced for the type of space that it is. But that's anything that you're going to get in New York.
Paying for the experience.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say your experience in those 4.5 months has been? 5 being the best, 1 being I'm gonna move out when this lease ends.
Well, actually, I lied. I guess I've technically lived in New York for like the past 4.5 years because I went to school here.
Why did
but
you
I didn't go
lie to me? I thought we were friends.
If you keep in that bit about me lying, I will get YouTube and
Would you say that living in New York has changed you or your outlook on life?
I think so. I think it surprisingly made me 10 times more introverted than I was when I came into living in New York, which really doesn't make any sense because of how extroverted the city itself is. But I think being subjected to that all the time makes you pretty introverted after a while. But I enjoy that, you know?
Like to be a recluse a little bit?
Yeah, you know, a little hermit. Is that a bad word now?
Hermit? It's a type of crab, so I can't imagine it is.
I think we're all good.
One last question. Should I move to New York?
No, it's way too expensive.
All right, I will remain a Florida boy. I'll remain an island boy for life.
Pretty ridiculous up here. You know, they say to step foot in Manhattan means you're spending $100. And I mean, I really do agree with that. It's a pretty fucking expensive place to live.
I spent a lot in Manhattan for the, I don't know, couple days I was there.
Yeah.
All
So I
right.
don't go anywhere now. So I'm winning.
Problem solved. All right. Well, thank you, Andy, for coming on the York channel on York Central.
Central.
On York.
Brofist.
Aaron York's thing. Thanks, Andy. Harry.
Hello.
Harry.
How's it going?
So, Harry, tell me, how long have you been living in New York?
I moved to New York in October of 2017 for college, and I've been living in the city ever since then.
So you've been there since like 2017. That's like what, now 3-4 years?
Close to 5 years.
4 or
now.
5. Oh man, we're in 2023. Ugh.
Yeah.
Have you changed as a person or your outlook on other cities? Has anything changed?
Definitely. I mean, part of it is like going to college is a time of a lot of change in your life. Being in the city changed who I was, and I was going to go through changes anyway. But also, I grew up on the West Coast, so moving across the country also definitely changed me. But I also feel like the more that I live in New York, the more acclimated I get to the city. It's a place that I consider home, and I don't know that I could live somewhere else at this point.
That's really interesting. That's cool. In the midst of all that, we've been talking about New York. You've been there for a while. How would you describe your apartment there?
Small is the first word. It's a small place. Luckily, I have like a nice common area where I can be with my roommates, and I have roommates. If I put my arms out, I can almost touch the two walls of my apartment. Yeah, it's a small space. It's a small space.
Wow. You live in a very small apartment. Do you have the square footage? You don't have to get too personal, but I'm curious.
I don't. It's probably something I could find.
Before I let you go, Harry, should I move to New York?
I think there's like a lot of competing opinions on this about like transplants. I think that everyone who wants to live in New York should do it at some point. It's truly such a unique place to live. There's always so much happening. If you liked New York when you came here on your trip, you should move to New York.
I liked it. I will not be moving anytime soon. But yeah, everyone go subscribe to our boy Harry here, a fellow AYU student. Thank you so much, Harry, for pulling up and telling me a little bit more about New York.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Well, jury called it. I am not moving to New York anytime soon. If you want to go there, visit. It's going to be expensive. I will be visiting my fellow friends at some point in the future, and then I will be leaving. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Do you want to move to New York? Why? Comment it down below, like, subscribe, and remember that I might love you. Bye!
If we can evenly light it, make it look like I'm just a floating head.